this card reader's destroyed. Well, this plasma torch is busted. I'll need to find another one. Gas mask. Now we need to find the satellite control system. Slade and his minions broke the connection between the satellite control and the satellite itself. I need to get to the satellite and re-establish the connection manually. I'll need to do that on the 4th floor of this facility. There's no way to get these elevators working. I'll need to take the stairs. There's no way to get these elevators working. I'll need to take the stairs. I can't get to the mech battery recharge station with this proximity bomb in the way. I need a way to neutralize it. This station is monitoring a mech. It looks like it's in some sort of beehive. This type of silicone makes an incredibly hard shell, almost impenetrable. If I could find a way to disperse it, it could be useful. This type of silicone makes an incredibly hard shell, almost impenetrable. If I can find a way to disperse it, it could be useful. Fire extinguisher. Good for extinguishing fire. Now I'm gonna have to restart the entire satellite system. I need to find the auxiliary power station to reset it. Restart the entire satellite system. I need to find the... It's an old bug bomb. There must be some new bug bombs around here somewhere. It's an old bug bomb. Oh, an industrial strength bug bomb. Great, Tesla bees have set up shop here. Be able to cross through the fence. But there's no way I'm strolling casually through there with all these bees buzzing. restore power to that mech, he could blast away the hive and I could get through the door. There's a battery compartment on the mech's leg. There's a battery compartment on the mech's leg. Bug bomb. There must be some new bug bombs around here somewhere. Oh, the radiation isn't that bad. Gotta work on your beard a little more if you're gonna wear a hat like that. I remember this guy from my Pee-wee football team. Handsome. Well, I never approve of the popped collar, but here, it works. Dad? He looks, deranged. Grandma Murphy looks a little different than I remember. It's important to find the right barrel when disposing of a body, and to never, ever use a bathtub. I have a uniform just like that. That smile brightens up a room. Hey, he owes me money. Call me Ishmael. Mimosi. Always lovely. A man's man. Demon lawyer, eh? I think this guy has a twin brother around here. He looks bored. I get the funniest feeling that some creep is staring at me. Nice little plasma cutter. This baby could cut through almost anything. This mech battery could be useful, but it needs to be recharged. I bet there's a recharging station nearby. Well, the plasma containers here are broken, but there are probably more in the biometrics lab. This mech battery needs to be recharged. This appears to be a plasma torch gun. Well, that won't work. This station is monitoring a mech. It looks like it's in some sort of beehive. It's a silicone spray gun. Now, I've used these before to create a blast.
Don't do that! I gotta admit, sometimes when you play God, things turn out okay.
It's a charging station. This station charges mech batteries. This needs a full plasma container in order to recharge the battery. That was a waste of time. This needs a full plasma container in order to recharge the battery. This card reader's destroyed. Well, this plasma torch is busted. I'll need to find another one. Plasma container could come in handy. This needs a full plasma. I could do it. The oscilloscopes on the Spirit radio each need to have both the frequency and amplitude adjusted. The lines will start white and then turn yellow once the amplitude or frequency is correct. Once the desired frequency is achieved, the line will turn blue and the operator can move on to the next oscilloscope. There are 3 stages to the Spirit radio. Once complete, the operator will be able to make contact with the dead. After I downloaded the Spirit radio frequencies, it was time for me to leave the Tesla Legacy Society and visit Mantis at the Swamp House to find out the exact location of the Tesla egg. The jungle's reclaiming this area in all directions. After Tesla, I headed straight back to the Swamp House to talk to Mantis. Now that I had the Spirit radio frequencies, maybe he would disclose the location of the Tesla egg.
I'm losing control! Here, take the instruction. Only one way to destroy the coil. Use the power against itself. You must take the egg there. One frequency market found it. You have to do it now. I'm losing control. Oh! Spirit radio resonance will split the coil in pieces.
Mantis, you gotta hold it together.
I can't.
You gotta tell me where the egg is.
The egg is at Court Tower! Court Tower! Just do me a favor. You tell Slade to meet you there, because he's gonna pay for what he's done to me. I'm gonna kill him. Just have him meet me.
Mantis gives me instructions and hands me a Geiger counter, which he says will help reveal the location of the egg at Coit Tower.
Mantis said the Tesla egg was hidden at Coit Tower. We better find him before someone else does.
No messages on the vid phone. Yeah, no detective worth his salt would be without a fax machine. Someday, I hope to collect all of the Mike and Ike Hammer comics and place it. It's a genuine Mark of the Covenant footrest. Picked it up at a government warehouse sale years back, but I've never had the nerve to open it all the way.
My nose has started sagging lately. Makes it hard.
Shipping containers. It's nearly impossible to lift. Shipping containers. It's nearly impossible to lift the lids on these without anti-gravity lifts. Maybe I can find a set around here. Coit Tower, once one of the great landmarks of the city, is now a broken-down monument symbolizing the world that's passed us by. Shipping containers. It's nearly impossible to lift the lids. Shipping containers. It's nearly impossible to lift the lids on these without anti-gravity lifts. Maybe I can find a set around here. Shipping containers. Well, that won't work. They're shipping containers. It's nearly impossible to lift the lids on these without anti-gravity lifts. Maybe I can find a set around here. This Geiger wand will help me find a Tesla egg. It'll beep louder when I'm approaching the egg. Shipping containers. It's nearly impossible to lift the lids on these without anti-gravity lifts. Maybe I can find a set around here. Every few years, someone gets the bright idea that this place should be preserved. Repairs are done for a few months, then the workers disappear when city... This became a highly sought-after neighborhood post World War III when it was found that the radiation couldn't penetrate through all the lead paint. This became a highly sought-after neighborhood post-World War III when it was found that the radiation couldn't penetrate through all the lead paint. Every few years, someone gets the bright idea that this place should be preserved. Repairs are done for a few months, then the workers disappear when City Hall realizes what type of people really inhabit this place. The half-life of Weenie World burgers is at least 20 years. It's a pair of anti-gravity lifters. I took the elevator to the top and waited for Slade. according to Manus' instructions.
Hello, mate. What you got there?
The stuff bad dreams are made of.
Looks like the Tesla egg.
Well, this is like the worst designed doorstop ever.
Oh, I beg to differ. It's like a little piece of plutonium in an atomic bomb. You know the effects it had on you, dreams, visions of Donnelly? Apparently that's just a hint of what it's capable of.
Come on, Slade, you're not buying into this crap, are you?
Between you and me, I don't think it'll work. But the translator does, and he's promised us a big payout for this egg. And if one person's willing to pay that kind of money, there's usually others willing to pay more. So let's have it, partner.
You know, you really do seem like a solid business associate. But I think this deal is gonna go out the window.
Now why'd you go and do that?
I want to see if it's smashed on the pavement.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Hey, Slade! Come and join the party! It's a killer!
Hello, mate. What you got there?
Manus finally got his revenge, and Slade got what he deserved.
Murphy!
I lay in a semi-conscious state, hearing fragments of conversation between Dalton and some other guy. I'm transported to a location in New Mexico where underground nuclear testing experiments were carried out in the 1950s. I remember a map where all the Titan reactors around the world were linked together to one location, the launch pad of the immortal coil. Time to play up my last hand. you have to sneak up on people all the time?
You see that rather large, old-fashioned looking piece of equipment? That was your home for a very long time.
Is this the part where you're gonna tell me like I was dead for 7 years?
And you have the egg. Wonderful. I must confess, I'm surprised to see you. Dalton and Slade were convinced you'd never bring the egg here voluntarily.
Yeah, well, a deal's a deal. You said you'd get my memory back if I brought you the egg.
Still, unlike me, they knew you way back when they used words like idealist, naive.
Dartboard, punching bag.
I've always been an idealist myself. But I find it's the pragmatists like Dalton and Slade who get things done. Without Dalton, I wouldn't be here. And Dalton wouldn't have had the opportunities he did if Slade hadn't helped him rise through the ranks of Gideon Enterprises.
And Slade wouldn't be here if I hadn't returned the favor and got him out of prison.
Dalton and Slade have been working on this since Overlord? How long's this thing been going on?
A long time. And you've been a big part of what's got us to this point. Surely you know by now that you were J.T. Donnelly, protector, hired gun, and confidant of Nikola Tesla?
I knew my birth certificate must have been off.
You don't believe me. But how do you explain your visions of Donnelly's life?
Well, I think it's the Tesla egg. Donnelly hid it in the wall of the apartment. I didn't even start having the dreams until I moved in.
The spirit radio allows us to communicate with the dead, not the egg. The egg merely amplifies it.
Yeah? Well, I had a radio. I mean, there are other explanations, but I got to admit, they all sound insane to me.
And yet you can't deny the visions. The egg may have had an effect on your subconscious, your spiritual DNA. But you weren't receiving messages, you were remembering. Everything has led to this. A reunion of consciousness. But not just for you, for us all. This is what Tesla intended. His death ray, the spirit radio, the Tesla egg, all brought together to create a celestial conduit, the immortal coil, that will redeem and purify this depraved planet and create a literal heaven on earth. True immortality, timelessness, no sickness, death, or pain. All needs met and achieved through the genius of Tesla! Tex, if you would be so kind as to step out there and place the egg. Where's Slade?
No idea.
come here seeking answers through the spirit radio, please do so. But you'll only have a few minutes. Then none of the answers will matter because the world will be reborn.
Margaret! Margaret Leonard, can you hear me?
It's so cold. So dark and so empty. Is there someone there? I feel a presence.
It's me, Tex Murphy. I'm trying to contact you through the spirit radio. You've got to help me, Margaret.
I can hear you, but you sound so far away. Tex? Tex? I can't see anything, but I can hear you. I have no sensation. It's as though I'm floating in a void. Where am I?
The first knob adjusts frequency. The second knob adjusts amplitude. The third knob adjusts which screen is being manipulated.
Tex, are you there?
Margaret, I need your help. Focus on the sound of my voice. I've got to ask you some questions. Why did you erase my memory?
I had to protect my daughter. You knew what happened to her, and I couldn't trust you. Not the man you'd become.
Oh, what's my connection with Donnelly? Is that me?
You are who you want to be, Tex. When I used the transducer on you, it restored you to whom you were. Don't go back.
Tell me how to get my memory back.
I can't do that, Tex. You are the sum of your memories. I took things from you. Repressing your dark memories was my way of atoning for what I did.
How do I destroy the immortal coil?
Find the frequency. The one I found. The one Tesla found before me. It will destroy itself. There'll be no way they can stop it this time.
I see you're back again. This is getting old, Murphy. Now, go back and try not to get yourself killed again.
What are you doing here?
I put a tracking app on your smart Alex when you let me download that video of Bowers.
Serves me right for trusting a cop. You've been tailing me ever since?
No. I wanted to trust you, I really did. But you're a suspect in some unsolved cases, and I thought, possibly and quite likely, you'd go back to your old MO at some point. Tex Murphy, you're under arrest.
You're arresting me? For what?
For the murder of Jim Slade and another as yet unidentified male.
I didn't have anything to do with
The bodies were thrown from Coit Tower, and we have witnesses that saw you leave the scene immediately after.
Now that I can explain.
I understand Slade was a very bad man, and probably deserved it. But I told you before, I won't tolerate vigilantism.
Hello, mate.
Have a drink. I saved my first one to have with you.
I see that. Who's your girlfriend?
That's Sapphire. Why don't you go powder your nose, honey? We'll head west. The petrified forest. Maybe it's not a perfect world, but it's the best I've got. I might have been somebody else over the past 7 years, but I'm ready to leave that behind me. I've been given a second chance, and I intend to make the most of it. I sense this is just the beginning of something bigger, and what comes next may not be easy. But then again, what is?
interrupt your programming here at New San Francisco Voice Channel 6 for an urgent bulletin. A tragedy in our fair metropolis today as all 3 members of the Knights Templar without a K have been found murdered in the sewers near Telegraph Hill. The images we're about to show are graphic and may be upsetting to some viewers. This trio of self-proclaimed superheroes have, according to their blogs, been protecting our city from the forces of darkness, and indeed, violent crime is down almost 0.5%, putting our crime rate only slightly higher than Syria. Recent tweets from the victims describe battles against an invading army of Morlocks, the fictional characters from H.G. Wells' Time Machine. When asked to comment on the slain Crusaders, one police officer at the scene said, quote, "Hell, they probably killed each other on accident." So while we may not have witnessed the gallant exploits of these stealthy vigilantes, or even once experienced the terror and destruction of demon spawn, it is with a heavy heart that we here at the New San Francisco Voice say to the Knights Templar without a K, thank you. Now back to your regularly scheduled program.